Something is changing in American grocery stores, but it does not always look like a shortage. There may still be food in the aisle. The lights are still on. Employees are still stocking shelves. Shoppers are still filling their carts. But familiar products are quietly being removed, reduced to fewer stores, replaced by different formats, or left behind as manufacturers simplify their product lines. Sometimes the change is caused by weak sales. Sometimes it comes from supply pressure. Sometimes a company decides that a particular flavor, package size, or frozen format no longer deserves space in the distribution system. The result looks the same to the shopper. A product that used to be easy to find suddenly disappears. That distinction matters because not every empty shelf means the same thing. A product can be temporarily out of stock, discontinued nationally, removed from one retailer, reduced to selected regions, or replaced by a larger or smaller package. Those differences are easy to miss when you are standing in a store looking at an empty space. But they tell you whether the item may return next week, next season, or never in the same form again. Today, we are looking at 7 grocery products and categories that Americans may see less often, starting with items connected to confirmed product withdrawals and moving toward categories under broader supply and affordability pressure. The goal is not to create panic. It is to understand why the shelves are changing before the change becomes obvious. Number 7. Selected General Mills cereals. Cereal has always been one of the most visible parts of the American grocery aisle, and that visibility makes product cuts easy to notice. A cereal does not need to disappear from every store to feel gone. It may vanish from one chain, remain available only in large supermarkets, or be replaced by a different package size while the brand itself stays familiar. Recent reporting has identified several General Mills cereals that were pulled from grocery shelves, including Honey Nut Cheerios Medley Crunch, Chocolate Peanut Butter Cheerios, and some 18-ounce packages of Honey Nut Cheerios Minis. These are not necessarily signs that the entire cereal category is collapsing. They show how manufacturers manage a crowded product line. A major cereal company may sell dozens of flavors, sizes, and variations under related brand names. Each additional version requires separate ingredients, packaging, warehouse space, transportation, and retailer coordination. If sales weaken or consumers move toward cheaper store brands, a company may decide that several low-volume products are no longer worth the operational complexity. That decision can surprise shoppers because the product may still have loyal customers. A flavor does not need to be unpopular with everyone to become unprofitable. It only needs to sell too slowly compared with the shelf space and distribution costs attached to it. This is why a cereal that appears regularly in one family's breakfast routine can disappear even while the parent brand remains strong. The company is not necessarily abandoning cereal, it is concentrating its production around fewer, faster-moving products. The practical lesson is not to hoard every cereal box you see. It is to identify which products your household genuinely depends on and learn the closest replacement. If your family prefers a specific flavor, compare ingredients and package sizes before assuming the replacement is equivalent. Sometimes the substitute has more sugar, less whole grain, or a different serving size. The front of the box may look almost identical, while the product inside has changed. Number 6. Selected Frito-Lay snacks. The snack aisle is another place where consumers may notice quiet product cuts before they hear an official announcement. Recent reporting has identified multiple Frito-Lay varieties affected by product reductions, including Doritos Dynamita Sticks, Flamin', Hot White Cheddar Smart Food, Ruffles Lime and Jalapeno, Tostitos Black Bean and Garlic, Lay's Honey BBQ Poppables, and Sun Chips Chili Lime. The reason these products are vulnerable is not necessarily that people stopped buying snacks. Americans continue to purchase packaged snack foods, but the companies producing them must decide which flavors deserve manufacturing capacity. Snack brands compete for limited factory time, packaging materials, warehouse space, and retailer shelf placement. When a flavor sells more slowly than expected, it becomes a candidate for removal even if a smaller group of dedicated shoppers still enjoys it. This is also connected to the way manufacturers manage variety. More flavors create excitement, but they also create complexity. Each bag design must be printed. Each seasoning blend must be sourced. Each product must be transported and stocked. If a company can replace several slower varieties with one stronger seller, the change may improve its operating efficiency even though customers lose choices. Shoppers often interpret this as a shortage because the remaining products may be fully stocked, while one familiar flavor is nowhere to be found. That is usually a sign of product line rationalization rather than a shortage of potatoes, corn, or cooking oil. The company is choosing what to keep. The distinction is important because a true supply shortage may affect multiple brands, while a discontinuation may affect only one specific flavor. If you are trying to replace a discontinued snack, compare the seasoning and serving size rather than choosing only by the package color. A similar-looking bag may contain a different amount of product or a significantly different sodium level. Sometimes the best replacement is not another branded snack, but a plain version that you can season at home. Before we continue, take a moment to think about your own grocery routine. Which product disappeared from your local store without explanation? Share the name in the comments, because regional product changes are often noticed by shoppers long before they become national news. Number 5. Minute Maid Frozen Juice Concentrate. This is one of the clearest examples of a product that has been discontinued rather than simply delayed. Recent reporting says Coca-Cola ended its Minute Maid Frozen Concentrate line in the United States and Canada after decades on grocery shelves. The company's stated direction was to focus more heavily on fresh juice and other formats as consumer preferences changed. Frozen juice concentrate occupied a specific place in the grocery system. It was inexpensive, compact, and easy to store in a freezer. A small container could be mixed with water to create several servings, which made it attractive to households trying to stretch a grocery budget. But consumer habits changed. Many shoppers moved toward refrigerated juice, ready-to-drink bottles, flavored beverages, and products perceived as more convenient. The challenge for a product like frozen concentrate is that it depends on both freezer space and consumer habit. A shopper must remember to buy it, keep it frozen, mix it at home, and clean the container afterward. Ready-to-drink juice eliminates those steps, even though the price per serving is often higher. When enough shoppers decide that convenience is worth the premium, the older format becomes harder to justify. This type of discontinuation can feel more significant than the loss of a snack flavor, because it removes an entire format rather than one variety. The company may continue selling juice, but the frozen concentrate option is no longer part of the regular product line. That means the replacement may not taste exactly the same or provide the same value per serving. For households that relied on frozen concentrate, the practical alternatives are refrigerated juice, shelf-stable juice, powdered drink mixes, or store-brand frozen products if any remain available. Compare sugar content carefully. Some alternatives contain more added sugar because the manufacturer is optimizing for taste and convenience rather than the same preparation method. Number 4. Certain PepsiCo products. PepsiCo has reportedly been reviewing and reducing portions of its product line, with some reporting indicating that roughly 20% of its products could be discontinued or changed before early 2027. The full list of affected items may not always be publicly disclosed at the same time, which makes the change confusing for shoppers. When a large food company reduces its product line, the effect is spread across many categories. A shopper may notice a missing chip flavor, a smaller package, a different multi-pack, or a product that appears only during certain seasons. The company may still own the brand, but the specific item has lost its place in the manufacturing plan. There are several reasons this happens. Consumers may be trading down to cheaper products. Retailers may be reducing shelf space. Packaging costs may make small formats less profitable. Some products may compete with another product from the same company. A company may decide that one flavor is taking sales away from another rather than expanding the overall category. The consumer sees the final result without seeing the internal calculation. A flavor can disappear even if it still has a passionate following. In fact, limited demand can sometimes make a product less attractive because loyal customers are not enough to justify nationwide distribution. The best response is to watch for changes in package size and product names. Shrinkflation can make a product appear available even when the value has changed significantly. Compare the unit price, not just the total price. If the package is smaller, the price per ounce may reveal that the product is becoming more expensive even before the shelf tag changes. Number 3, orange juice. Orange juice is different from the discontinued products near the beginning of this list because the concern is not only corporate strategy. The entire supply chain is under pressure from crop disease, weather, and production costs. Recent reports have described historically low Florida orange production forecasts, while orange juice prices have remained elevated. Florida has long been central to American orange production, but citrus greening disease has damaged trees and reduced yields. Extreme weather can make the situation worse by damaging orchards, interrupting harvests, and increasing replanting costs. When domestic production falls, processors rely more heavily on imported oranges and concentrate, which introduces transportation, trade, and currency pressures. The result may not be a completely empty orange juice aisle. It may appear as higher prices, fewer brands, smaller containers, more blended products, or greater reliance on juice from outside the United States. A carton may still be available, but the cost and formulation may not be what shoppers remember. Orange juice also shows how supply pressure can change a familiar product without eliminating it. A company may blend juice from multiple countries, change the size of the carton, or reduce promotional discounts. The product remains technically available, but the value proposition changes. For shoppers, the practical response is not to fill a refrigerator with juice. It is to compare the label. Look at whether the product is pure orange juice, juice from concentrate, a blend, or a drink with added sugar. Frozen fruit and whole oranges may provide different nutritional and financial value depending on how your household uses them. Number 2, beef. Beef is not one product, and it is not necessarily disappearing from every grocery store. It represents a broader affordability and supply issue. The US cattle herd has been under pressure, and beef prices have remained high enough to change how families shop. Recent grocery reporting has identified beef as a product category that consumers may see less of or purchase less often because of price. The first effect of a tight beef supply is usually not an empty shelf. It is substitution. Families move from steaks to ground beef, from ground beef to chicken, or from fresh meat to beans and other protein sources. Retailers may reduce the number of premium cuts they carry because products sit longer or require more markdowns. Restaurants may change menus. Processors may prioritize the cuts with the strongest demand. This is why a grocery category can appear full while becoming less accessible. The product is still there, but the price pushes it out of reach for more households. A shopper may see several packages of beef and still conclude that the category has effectively disappeared from their budget. Beef also illustrates the difference between supply pressure and discontinuation. A cereal flavor can be removed by a corporate decision Beef supply depends on biological production cycles that cannot be expanded immediately. Herds take time to rebuild. Feed costs, drought, and producer losses can influence future supply well before a consumer sees the effect in a store. The practical response is flexibility. Compare different cuts, consider frozen options, use smaller portions, and combine meat with beans, grains, or vegetables to stretch meals. The goal is not to predict a specific price. It is to avoid building a household budget around one protein whose cost can change quickly. Number 1. Romaine lettuce and fresh herbs. The final entry represents a different type of disappearance, products that remain present but become unreliable. Recent grocery coverage has identified romaine lettuce and cilantro among items shoppers may see less consistently because of weather, growing conditions, transportation, and regional supply changes. Fresh produce is especially vulnerable because it has a short shelf life. A canned product can remain in a warehouse for months. A head of lettuce must be harvested, cooled, transported, displayed, and purchased within a much shorter window. If one part of that chain fails, the shelf can look empty quickly. Romaine is also highly sensitive to growing conditions and food safety disruptions. If a growing region experiences extreme heat, flooding, disease, or a contamination investigation, this is the kind of change most shoppers notice only when they are already inside the store. There may be no national announcement. For herbs, consider dried versions, frozen herbs, or small homegrown containers if conditions allow. Fresh produce is important, but one missing variety does not mean a household has lost access to nutrition. Looking across these 7 products, the common pattern is not one nationwide grocery collapse. It is a grocery system becoming more selective. Manufacturers are removing slow-selling products. Retailers are reducing shelf variety. Climate and disease are affecting crops. Consumers are trading down. Companies are prioritizing formats with stronger margins. The shopper experiences all of those decisions as a missing item. That is why it is important to use accurate language. A product may be discontinued. A product may be temporarily unavailable. A retailer may stop carrying it. A category may be under supply pressure. Those are different situations, and each requires a different response. The most reliable thing consumers can do is pay attention to 3 details: the product name, the package size, and the unit price. If the name changes slightly, the item may have been reformulated. If the package gets smaller, the cost per ounce may rise. If a product disappears from one store but remains available elsewhere, it may be a retailer decision rather than a national shortage. Do not build a pantry around rumors. Build it around flexibility. Keep substitutes for the products your family uses most. Learn which brands offer comparable alternatives. Use frozen, canned, dried, and fresh versions where appropriate. Rotate what you already own instead of buying more than you can store or use. The grocery aisle is changing, but shoppers are not powerless. A discontinued snack can be replaced. A frozen juice format can be substituted. A high-priced protein can be stretched with other ingredients. A missing vegetable can be replaced by another variety. What matters is recognizing the difference between a real supply problem, a corporate product decision, and a temporary empty shelf. Which of these products has become harder to find in your area? Tell us in the comments. The most useful grocery information often begins with what shoppers are noticing before the official explanation arrives.